In the Basilicata area of southern Italy, in the province of Matera, is the comune and ghost town of Craco. The Gulf of Taranto lies around 40 kilometers inland from Craco. For defensive purposes, the town was erected on a very high top, which gave it a striking aspect and set it out from the surrounding countryside. The town's center, which was constructed on its highest side, confronts a ridge that slants sharply to the southwest, where newer structures can be found. The settlement looks out over the Cavone River Valley from atop a 400-meter-high cliff. Numerous calanchi, badlands, or mounds bare of vegetation, may be found all throughout the area. There have been discovered tombs that date back to the 8th century BC. Greeks from the seaside town of Metaponto went inland and settled in the region around 540 BC. When Arnaldo, Archbishop of Tricarico, owned the land in 1060 AD, he gave the region the Latin name Graculum, which translates to little plowed field in English. The residents were greatly impacted by the church's long-standing relationship with the community. A nobleman named Alberto, who was likely of Norman ancestry, took authority of the settlement from 1154 to 1168. He established the first feudal rule over the town. Then, in 1179, Roberto of Pietrapechosa took over as Craco's landowner. Craco was a significant military hub under Frederick II, and the castle tower used as a jail for Lombard prisoners who fought against the Holy Roman Emperor. A university was founded in the town in 1276. From 450 in 1277 to 655 in 1477 to 1718 in 1532 to 2590 in 1561, the population grew steadily, averaging 1,500 during the following centuries. 4 sizable palazzi had grown in the town by the 15th century: Palazzo Marona close to the tower, Palazzo Grossi close to the huge church, Palazzo Carbone on the Rigerone's estate, and Palazzo Simonetti. A plague hit in 1656, killing hundreds of people and reducing the number of families in the town. By 1799, the townspeople had overthrown the Bourbon feudal order with the declaration of a Parthenopean republic. Innocenzo de Cesar promoted an autonomous town upon his return to Naples, where he had previously attended school. A few months later, the Army of Holy Faith put an end to the Republican uprising, and Craco was welcomed back by the Bourbon dynasty. The town was afterwards ruled by the Napoleonic occupation. On July 18, 1807, gangs of brigands supported by the exiled Bourbon government raided Craco and murdered and pillaged the notables who supported France. By 1815, the town had grown to a size that allowed it to be divided into 2 districts: Corte della Chiesa Madre, which is located next to San Nicola's Church, and Torrevecchia, which is the highest region and is situated next to the castle and tower. After Italy's unification, brigand bands led by Carmen Craco took control of Craco in 1861. After the civil unrest ended, environmental and geological issues became the town's biggest challenge. Over 1,300 Cracasi immigrated to North America between 1892 and 1922, primarily as a result of subpar agricultural conditions. Due to a string of landslides, Craco started to be evacuated in 1963, and its residents relocated to the Craco Peschiera Valley. The construction of sewage and water systems appears to have caused the landslides. A flood in 1972 made the situation worse and prevented the historic center from possibly being repopulated. The historic site of Craco was completely abandoned during the 1980 Irpinia earthquake. The Craco Society, a non-profit organization dedicated to preserving the culture, customs, and history of the comune, was founded in 2007 by the descendants of Craco's immigrants who settled in the United States.